Thank you for sharing your Wednesday night with me for AfroEconomics Live. I'm JB Bryan, the Chief Investment Officer and President of JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics. Thank you so much for being a member. Thank you for being a participant. Just thank you for seeking financial empowerment, and please share these webinar invites with your friends because it's absolutely free, but it does take an investment of your time, and a lot of people just won't take out the time that it requires in order to become truly rich. So I wanted to talk tonight, I don't know why I have a habit of saying I wanted to. I am speaking tonight about the top attributes of the truly rich. In my opinion, the truly rich. And I wanted to add that because we talk all the time about attributes of rich people. Well, we can keep that simple. People that is rich, they just have money. They're rich. But the truly rich, abundantly rich, full life rich, really rich, that's what we want to be. The truly rich have some key attributes about them and that I have discovered, and I want to share them with you. Please make sure that you put in the chat some exchange on some ideas and help me help you. Really, because all of you that are participating have such powerful ideas. It's just about us realizing how much that we have to share with the world. So please help me. Please know that I want your feedback. And you can always email me at jb@afroeconomics.com as well. How are you, Andrew? How are you, Barbara? How are you, Carol? And Carolyn, we got a Carol and a Carolyn. Y'all doing it. We do. Oh my goodness. How are you, Andrew? We have people from all over the country that are all about Miss Sherman, Mr. Piercy. Thank you so much, Dr. Williams, Yvonne. Thank you all. You have no idea. I was just sharing with Delia of our AfroEconomics team. I was saying, Delia, I spoke with someone in California today, Chicago today, Virginia today, North Carolina today. That is the impact that AfroEconomics is having on the world. Andrew said, thank you for your dedication in doing this each week. Oh my goodness, I thank God for you. This is what I've been put here to do. And if you are fortunate enough to do God's will for your life and someone will allow you to help them, Lord, what a blessing. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you for being a member. Thank you, Barbara. Hey, hey. Thanks for leading the way, Ms. Sherman. Thank you. You are going to seriously make an impact on this world. You young girl, you. Thank you for being a member. So let's look at the top 10 attributes of the truly rich. First of all, they're kind, like you all, right? No, but my first one is that I have found that the truly rich, we set goals and we don't just set dreams, but we set goals. And the majority, according to success.com, the majority of just wealthy people, simply wealthy people set goals. The rich people, truly rich, what do? We set goals, but we make sure that we set action steps in order to achieve them, and we don't focus on just dreaming. We don't set goals just for the fact to say that, oh, we have these high hopes and we have these dreams. You set goals, you get structure, you set up accountability, you set those goals and you reach them. And a second point is that you live with a sense of urgency. The truly rich know that procrastination is dangerous and it's expensive. We know that. You cannot afford, I had a contractor that does some work with me today, and they were saying that, they weren't feeling up to it. They were just wondering what's going on. Life isn't that good, and what's going on. I really don't understand. And then they were like, well, I guess I'll get myself together. And I said, you have no choice. Procrastination is a luxury that you can't afford when you have your own business. Because businesses depend on business. My business depends on her business. We depend on each other. You depend on me, and rightfully so. I don't have the right to disappoint you. That's ridiculous. You know, I don't have that right. I'm blessed to have your attention. You know, so we live with a sense of urgency, and we don't believe in procrastination because we know how expensive it is. And then all of us are guilty of having procrastinated at some point in our life. But as we grow and we become wiser, we realize that I should have done that a long time ago. So as you mature, you realize that I can't afford to procrastinate on this. I was so proud of myself yesterday that I was at the car dealership with my car at the end of the month, and not going into the wrong month for getting my car inspected and the oil change, because the inspection was up July 18. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, I don't know what year that I have actually gone in the month that I was supposed to go, or made sure that the vehicle at least got there for that month. You know, and I was like one of the people that got into my whole building in my office, because I got there, dropped it at the car dealership, got the Uber, went straight to the office, and I was determined that I was going to do that. And then I didn't even realize how close it was, because when I got in the Uber, he was like, oh, 1 mile from your office. I really kind of felt bad, but I was so dressed up that I couldn't walk with like my briefcase and everything. But I was just like, I did this. And I didn't realize that so many years that I had procrastinated on that, which ended up many times costing me more, because then you go pull into town, you get a ticket, you got to take care of the ticket, you got to pay for the ticket, costs you money. So procrastination is just plain expensive. And it was really simple. I could have done that. I mean, any morning I could have done that. Just drop it, get the Uber, go a mile away. I mean, seriously. So a third point, control yourself. Control yourself. This is interesting, because the research that I found on success.com said broke people have loose lips. 69% of loose lip people struggle financially. Y'all can just turn off. You can just turn off. You can just cut the whole webinar right now. This will change your entire life. Next time you find somebody and all they're doing is talking and saying stuff and offending people, not even communicating their point, mouth all loose, you wish they would shut up, you know what I mean? You recognize the fact that they're broke also. Recognize it. Loose lips sink pockets, right? They go loose lips sink ships. They sink pockets. They sink wealth. We got to be careful, right? Control yourself. Control our mouth. And then a fourth point is the truly rich avoid toxic people. It says 86% of successful people hang with successful people. We have to make a point to do that. Now, that doesn't mean, now I don't understand what your definition of success is, but my definition of success is that a person who's trying to progress all the time. That it doesn't matter that they just got out of prison. I don't have a problem with that. That they're progressing. They got out of prison. They're creating a better life. Every day they get up and they're a productive member of society. That's a successful, progressive person. You have to be, because you can be around people who have a lot of money because they inherited it, or they have a lot of money because they're robbing people and they haven't been caught yet. You know, so that's not a successful person. They have a negative attitude. They're always trying to get over on somebody. And you think because you hang with them because they're making a lot of money right now, that just means that they have not been caught yet. That's not, no. When you want to make sure that you avoid toxic people, you want to make sure that you're not just moving into people with a lot of money. They're still they can still be toxic. Avoiding toxic people is deeper than how deep their pockets are. Because you can have a person with a whole lot of money, but they have a horrible drug habit. Or they're always doing something with loose lips and hurting people. That it was the word says, a fool and his money shall soon part. Trust me. So avoid toxic people. I'm talking about look at the entire part of that entire person, right? And being with successful people has to involve making sure that you're looking into, are they truly successful? Are they truly rich? Or are they still a toxic person that just happens to have money, right? So avoiding truly rich, avoid toxic people. The truly rich create. The truly rich, the fifth point is they create opportunities through their positive attitude. They create it. They see opportunity everywhere. The truly rich say, wow, hey, goodness gracious, that doing that AfroEconomics and participating in that webinar in the evening and getting my entire family to kind of sit down and just have a positive time, that we're thinking about something powerful for a few minutes on a Wednesday evening, that how that can impact your life, that is looking for an opportunity that is absolutely free, but can be so powerful. I mean, that's just an example of a truly rich person is always creating opportunities, always making a way out of what to others is seen as no way out. Truly rich people say, no, there is always a way out. It's right. The challenge is where your power is, right? There's power in the process, right? We can make this happen. So, but the truly rich, we see that, right? So then my sixth point is that the truly rich, we love our work. Love your work. Know that it's life purpose. The entrepreneur that I was talking to earlier that was in a really bad place, and she said, I know that this is what God put me here to do, but sometimes I just question it. What a waste of time, right? What a waste of time for me to sit around and think about the fact that I could have been a gerontologist. Like I always, I was like, I wanted to be a gerontologist when I was a kid, but I also wanted to have my own financial service company. I was like, I'm going to be a bank president because that's all I knew at that limited time. Now, I mean, I have to I realize the fact that I did what I was saying that I was going to do when I was like third or fourth grade. And people were like, what are you talking about? What you know about a bank president? And what in the world? Where did that come from? And here I am, the president of one of the first Black-owned registered investment advisory firms on the planet. So you just, you have to love what you do and know that it is God's purpose over your life. That's what the truly rich do. They just love it. They just jump out of bed because they know that they have something they must do for the world. They must do it. Somebody raised their hand. I don't know how I do that. Like, you should chat with me. I see you raised your hand, but it won't tell me what you said. Maybe you're saying like, amen, right? Let me see if I can see, like, raise your hand. Yes, right. Ronald, what you talking? What you saying? Do you want to talk? Because there's a button right here. It says, allow Ronald to talk. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what happens. What did you say? The allow to talk is not available because Ronald is using an older version of Zoom. I'm going to I don't know what's up with that. Ronald, you need to update your version. So you chat to me, Ronald. How you doing, Ronald? Maybe you're just saying hi. Ronald's like, all I was trying to do was say hi. But indeed, so we know that we have to love our work because Ronald loves his work. That's why he's like, amen. So then a seventh point is to listen 5 minutes for every 1 minute that we speak. Listen more than we talk. The truly rich are great listeners. By listening, that allows us to communicate better and understand. So most of it, believe it or not, because I talk a lot, but I spend most of my day listening. If I don't, there's no way that I could have been in this business and owned my own firm since 1995. And before I started my firm in 95, I was doing this business at an investment firm. So it is all about listening to what your goals are, what your desires are, what you want to accomplish. So most truly rich realize that we have to spend more time listening than we do spend talking. So for the 30 minutes that I'm sharing these ideas, it takes me 5 times that 30 minutes to make sure that I'm researching and understanding these topics. I mean, seriously, things that look so easy, it looks so easy to just discuss this and talk about this, but do you realize that it has been my entire career? This is all I've done. So I've worked through all of these things. When we talk about truly rich, I work with truly rich people in every aspect of their life. And I've seen people who have money but are not truly rich because they have some attributes that weaken their life and make them miserable sometimes because of these, attributes that they have not allowed to come in to add to their wealth. And so listen 5 minutes for every 1 minute that we speak. Good communication starts with listening. And then number 8, as the 9th principle of AfroEconomics is that they're determined. Determination, the 9th principle of AfroEconomics. But my 8th point tonight is determination, being persistent and being patient, but being proactive. Because being patient doesn't mean that you have the right to procrastinate. Because some people confuse procrastination with patience. Patience means I'm being proactive and I'm living life with an urgency, but I'm not rushing my result. So procrastinating means you never planted the seed. Patience means I planted the seeds, I planted them properly, I water them every day, I give them fertilizer, I allow my plant to grow. That's patience, right? That's patience. Rushing is different than urgency. Urgency is going out there to the field and putting the seeds down and getting them all down because you know it's supposed to rain on Friday and you want to get them all in the ground because you know that rain is going to really get the seeds down into the dirt. Look, I'm talking about, you can tell I'm a country girl, right? But so the urgency and the lack of procrastination is different than rushing. The rushing, so sometimes people think, they're rushing through things and they think that means that they're living life proactively and they're with a sense of urgency. No, rushing is just throwing seeds everywhere, and they're never getting a chance and never giving them a chance to actually get down in there and, doing anything you can to shortcut the process of doing the proper planting. The truly rich know that how well you plant your seed is going to reflect on how far your plants grow, how good your harvest is, how healthy your plant is, right? You know the tree by the fruit that it bears. So then number 9, seeking wise counsel. The truly rich will know the value of having wisdom on their team. The wisdom to see and to be able to know that's going to be an addition to your team. That person will work well with you and help you. That's a good advisor for me. That's a person that I could aspire and can inspire me and my family. So seek wise counsel and know the value of good advice in all aspects, in different aspects of your life. I've met people where they go, their minister had an affair with women in the church And they said, well, yeah, that's what he does. And it's just strange to me is that if you can sit there and talk about this person negatively, you don't have any respect for them. How can they be your wise spiritual counselor if you have no respect for them and how they live their life? So that becomes toxic, and it sets the example. You go home and you talk about that in front of your kids, and you go to work and you talk about it, and you go into your business and you think that that behavior is okay because you see that church getting bigger and bigger, but it's toxic for you and you're eating the fruit of that. So be very careful. I'm saying that a truly rich person seeks the advice of wise counsel. Wise. So a 10th point is that the truly rich live within or below their means. So if you have a lot of money, you can easily go broke. So the truly rich that want to maintain their wealth realize that they can't spend every dime that they make. A lot of people don't understand what $1 million represents. You know, $1 million for every million, for you, it should represent about 40,000 in income, 40 to 50 if you want to push it. You know? But people don't look at it and go, oh man, they had $1 million, you know? So if you want to have 100,000 in income, then you're looking at over $2 million you need to, or in assets that you need to accumulate, correct? So they have to learn that even though you have $3 million, that $3 million, I have to budget on the portion that I'm withdrawing from it so that I will always have that $3 million and that I will be able to pass on some of the money that I've accumulated during my lifetime, that I don't have to make sure that I die broke. People say that and admit it, and it's sad, right? So, and then Dr. Williams said, that's why we have to have 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's right. Number 7, listen 5 minutes for every 1 minute. That's right. That's right. Create accountability. Dr. Williams says, create accountability with people who matter by sharing your goals with them. That's right. By you having wise counsel, and then you're able to share things with them, then when you have your quarterly reviews, for example, then that you're held accountable because you have to explain to me why you're not still paying your debts off. You know, why you're not still putting, more into your retirement account at work as you promised me. Why you're not, why did you take out that loan? Or, the accountability partner, hopefully the membership will help you stay on track with your financial goals. Bingo. Dr. Hicks says, bingo. Told my daughter the same thing today. That's right. Probably about, which one, Dr. Hicks? You told her what? What'd you tell her today? Exactly. So live within or below your means so that you can make sure that you always can maintain and enhance your style of living by always having money growing for you, indeed. So, and then some key points I wanted to talk about. The truly rich will take time for their health. Truly rich. Take time for their health. They value their family. They are community builders, not community destructors. It's community construction, instruction, enhancement, building on the community. And they think in decades instead of just, all I got to do is get by today. But the truly rich realize that they have a responsibility in their name and their deeds, as well as their wealth and their financial assets to the next generations to come. So it's not just thinking on the short term, but the truly rich think long term, think in decades and more and more. Oh, he told her, Dr. Hicks said he told his daughter about the 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's right. That's right. Exactly. Yes, indeed. We do. We do indeed. And we all can learn from that as well. I really appreciate you all. So those are some of the major points that I wanted to share. Please share with me anything, but I'm talking about, I wanted to make sure that you know that the value system of JB Bryan Financial Group that I have brought into AfroEconomics is that it's about more than money. It's about more than money. Because the more wise, the more balanced, the more sound, the more less stress that we have, the easier it is for us to make better financial decisions. So we have to look at ourselves holistically in order to be truly rich and make the maximum impact that you can on this planet. We have to just not make money, because it's obvious we're making more money than ever, but we're still not making the best choices that we could with our finances, with our blessings. So we have to start really thinking about that next generation, doing the best that we can with it, seeking wise advice and not just being sold things, but being empowered and building and planning and understanding everything that we do before we do it. So continue to be empowered, continue to grow, continue to love your family. I thank God for you all. I'm just an email away, jb@afroeconomics.com. And remember, right? We got 2 ears and 1 mouth. God bless y'all. Take care.